I think I'm ready to declare another holy war. This time, I think it'll be for the Duchy of Damietta, and controlled by the Sultan of Egypt, or the Muhalabid Sultanate. Same thing, but let's see. Anything else? I don't see anyone revolting against their liege right now, so low-hanging fruit is not available. What is our threat? 92%. We are about 650, a little less than 650 piety away from our goal of 2,000 by the year 900. It's 896, so there's less than 4 years. And is there any way I could possibly get a little bit more piety? This won't help my piety, but I'll have a feast. Hire some entertainment. As much entertainment as possible. Bunch of people say no. Wait. Okay. For a second I thought my ecumenical patriarch was the one who was part of a Lucifer zone, but I think I did have that happen in this game, didn't I? Where somebody was actually they found themselves to be an apostate. Young Constantinos just walked up to me today, striking up a conversation. We ended up having a long talk about a great many things. How nice. Or begone, foul boar. That's kind of funny. How nice. Gained affectionate. We become close friends. I spoke at length with Constantinos about a great many things. We laughed a lot, and it seemed I have made a new friend. So this is my nephew. What a nice child. Cheery. Gain general opinion. How long does that last? 3 years? Okay. What do I have in my treasury that's giving me fertility? Huh, History of Zhao. Okay. Also, there was something I was, like, looking at artifacts, there was something I wanted to see. Who has the Iron Crown? Iron Crown. Countess of Cremona. Again, I'm not sure why she got the Iron Crown. It's an amazing artifact. Prestige, piety, diplomacy, vassal opinion. Short reign years, too. I really wish I could get it. But we'll wait for the feast to be over, and then I made sure the most beautiful lady would be my dinner partner, and during the feast I kept refilling both our wine glasses. My charm and my winning smile made it impossible for her to stay unresponsive. It didn't take long until she looked at me with more than interest in her eyes. I like to flirt, but I wouldn't do anything more than that. I'd like to show you the castle, especially my bedchamber. Yeah, we'll take the prestige hit. The last of the guests has returned home. During the transfer of power, Geidelgrima Gaussian lost her head of a blank. Okay, I made her special interest because I I think that was the reason, was the Iron Crown. I don't think I get it if I revoke it either. The reason she might have it is because possibly Gavelkind succession. There's 8 living members. So if I become the king of Lombardy and kill off the Gaussian dynasty once I become it, then maybe I can get that, which would be amazing. Anyway, the feast is over. Let's go ahead and declare a holy war for Damietta. So we'll call in everybody in the world. Pretty much. But for 200 piety, I think it's worth it if we win. If we fail, then we lose a bunch of piety. Raise these guys close to the capital. Just raise everyone. Make sure there's no one on islands. Let's bring these guys over here. And those guys are kind of useless. Those guys should go to Trapezus. Everyone else relatively close. Forget these guys. Don't worry. Disband these guys too. And let's make sure all the ships are going where I want them to. Okay, now we wait. Introduce a friend to a friend. We have received credible reports of a recent sighting of the great white stag in the county of Cephalonia. Okay, we will send the first wave. Should probably make some commanders. This might not be an easy war. This guy still lives. Our great commander who has Way of the Dragon and Way of the Tiger. Anybody have anything good? Desert guy. Brave is alright. I'll even take Cruel. Wait, those guys might be on my council. Then again, maybe not. Game Master is actually a good one. Alright. So on this fleet, bring these guys down. Doesn't really have great traits. Where was my brother? We can imprison him for some reason. Oh no, never mind. We already asked him to end his plot. We are doing auto stop plots, so I just want to make sure on that. I thought we were, but what sieges have we lost? Doros and Cherson. Okay, these guys get there. Board the ships. Alright, so that's the second wave. Basil levy's raised too long. You have gathered your followers and hunting dogs and have saddled your horse and prepared your weapons. You're ready to set out to hunt the great white stag. Alright, split the armies. Those guys will stay there because they're the cataphracts. Yes, I know, I always seem to have my cataphracts stay in reserve. But they're not exactly a huge army. And I don't want to risk losing a bunch of them right now. You spend weeks in the wilderness searching for any trace of your prey, but to no avail. However, you find that you rather enjoy being out in the wilds. All this daily physical activity, it makes you feel stronger. Please gain brawny. I've never gained it before. Nope. I've never gained it before through an event, anyway. You've returned to your court. The hunt is fruitless. Won't give up. Keep creating and destroying titles. Waste of prestige and money. Became a dutiful clerk. Or cleric. I think it's cleric, actually. Days. Those guys can assault as well. Blitzkrieg is the best way to fight these wars. Just go in, assault through everything you can, and hope that this happens. Okay, take these guys back. Disband everything. Raise the stuff that I like to have raised at all times, and that's a lot of holdings, and I don't really want to give any more land out to my dynasty right now. I think it's got enough until we have some people who are not in line for inheriting anything. So let's grant these new titles out. Damietta. 49's a bit old. What all do we need to control still for the Roman Empire? Tunis, Croatia, Longobardia, Capua. So stuff that we'll get from the Italian inheritance. Fallujah. Manipur. Okay. And let's create the duchy as well. Here's the capital. Sure, they'll take it in this one. Do I control half of Egypt yet? It's 8. Yes, I control. If I could usurp the title from someone of a different religion, I would be able to right now. If they aren't at war, which they are. Okay. And we're back at 100% threat. 99.5 actually, but who's counting? Could try to kill my mother. She's 47. How old are we? We're 30. I'd like to gain humble actually from I have a rash. He suspects that I am developing the Great Pox. I hope not. My mother did, but in order to balance your humors, Ecumenical Patriarch Nicephorus made you drink salty water to induce vomiting. It was very effective. I hope I don't have Great Pox. It's a canyon event again. Your opponent and his team are magnanimous in defeat. This is my uncle. Yep, Great Pox. It's a mild illness. Your court physician, Ecumenical Patriarch Nicephorus, has come to see you and offers treatment. I'd say I'd be tempted to go with my life is in your hands. But sure. Ecumenical Patriarch Nicephorus informed you that he had identified the tainted tissue, which was the root of your disease, and that removing it would most likely cure you. You were most pleased and agreed to the surgery. However, in hindsight, you wish that Nicephorus had told you that the tissue was your face. So I gained severely disfigured and severely injured. And I still have the Great Pox. That did nothing. So, wow, that was pretty bad. Let's hope we don't stay severely injured for too long. Otherwise, we will die. Because right now, -2, -2, -1, +3. We're at -2 health right now. We will burn the apostate, who apparently is using the iconoclast Bible. Created the Duchy of Thessalonica. My wife doesn't have camp fever anymore. That's a bonus. My niece has embraced Catholicism. Oh, I chose faith as her. Guess that was a mistake without choosing also her educator. Gained some tech points. Not going to use those yet. Gaining 4.5 piety a year or a month. So it's still a long ways to go, pretty on the piety. Just waiting on piety. It's like 10 years if we just wait. So saddle my horse. My son isn't sick with anything, is he? No. He's about to turn 6. This time it will not escape me. I can gain chaste. Possibly. Fruitlessly scouring the countryside, you come upon a small cottage in the wild. As you knock, a beautiful young woman opens. She pauses, then gives you a warm, inviting look and says, "It's very lonely out here. I wonder if you will stay the night." I really shouldn't. And I've gained chaste, which gives me a little bit of extra piety. Anian Peasant Revolt and Ani. Raise the troops around there. They'll probably move out. I was wrong. They decided to stay. What was that? He's now the king. This guy's now the king of Syria as well. Okay. Does he, by chance, have Gavelkind? Okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing, then. Anybody in a war right now that I could declare and easily win? Like a revolt war or something like that. Can imprison my ecumenical patriarch. I can try to seek treatment for my illness again. He will perform an experimental treatment. Okay, let's try it. Oh, okay, I get successful experimental treatment for 5 years. My zeal and religious beliefs have become more respected. That seems broken. I probably shouldn't be able to do that. But I think it's funny. I trust him. I trust that he wasn't trying to do me explicit harm. Created a duchy. My son needs to be educated. I'm going to do something kind of, I wouldn't say desperate necessarily, but we will join the community of St. Basil. Oh, whoa. They decided to attack my holy order. Dumbasses. And that'll start getting me some extra piety. As I retired to my chambers, I was shocked to find a copy of the Iconoclast Bible on my bed. And so it will begin. People trying to spread the Iconoclast heresy. My ecumenical patriarch is like a devil worshiper or something. He's got all the negative sin traits. I have received a letter from my fellow member of the community of St. Basil, Prince Petros. Dear brother Alexandros, will you, as a Christian scholar you are, please offer me some advice on my poetry? I am missing some of the more comforting aspects of faith. I gain lewd and tick, but lose stressed. I mean, that takes care of the health penalty, I guess. The community of St. Basil is in need of more funds to maintain charitable functions. Sure, we'll go with that. $250. When can we advance? 750. I lose deceitful, which will make my diplomacy go up. Disfigured makes my diplomacy go down a lot. I was beginning to think that Prince Petros took offense to my comments, but today I have received a new draft of his work. I am surprised to find that his words really speak to me. Scribbled in the margin, I can just make out, I implore you, brother, bear with me, it is not finished. Nonsense is brilliant work, and the world needs to see it. For 10 years, I gain Patron of the Arts, Diplomacy +1. It's 900. I think the community of St. Basil will treasure these words. Crusader kings, the very heartlands of Western Christianity, are under siege by infidels. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Pope Ioannis VIII to declare his intention of forging a great and righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of God. This signals a new era of large-scale Christian holy wars, the Crusades. Deus Vult. The Teutonic Order, the Order of Brothers of the German House of St. Mary in Jerusalem, has been formed. Sponsored by the Catholic Church and the Holy Roman Emperor, there is no Holy Roman Emperor. There's barely a Catholic Church right now. The Teutonic Order, much like the Knights of St. John and Knights Templar, who we haven't met yet, primarily protect and care for pilgrims to the Holy Land, but will serve any Catholic ruler willing to serve or pay for their upkeep. Being a religious order, they will only fight against heretics and infidels. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't see why they can't fight us. The Knights of St. John, a decree has been issued confirming the formation of a new religious military order, the Knights of St. John. The Knights, who have already protected and cared for sick pilgrims in Jerusalem for some time, now have the full weight of the Catholic Church behind them. Pious Catholic rulers may call on their support in wars against heretics and heathens, but they will not fight those of their own faith. Again, bad feeling about them. Knights of Calatrava. The Order of Calatrava is the most recent addition to the Soldiers of the Cross, having just been endorsed in a decree issued by the Catholic Church. These knights take their name from a castle recovered in Iberia from the clutches of the Muslim infidel, and they stand ready to combat heathens and defend the pious in the name of any Catholic ruler who is willing to provide for their upkeep. More sheep to the slaughter. I don't know why we're saying this. The Knights of Santiago. This chivalric order owes its name to Santiago Matamoros, or St. James the Moorslayer, as he is known in other parts of the world. The Order of Santiago enjoys the official sponsorship of the Catholic Church, and its knights have all sworn to purge entire realms of heathens and heretics if so requested by a Catholic ruler. Worrying. Not worrying at all, honestly. I'm flattered that you think the community of St. Basil would benefit from my work. Petros Constantinos writes in his letter, "Thank you for your support, brother." He continues before assuring me of the finishing touches he intends to see before the final version of the manuscript will enter the library. Okay. Oh wow, we are gaining a lot of piety. Recently donated to charity. Preserver of Poetry. Zhao Artwork. Learning point 64. Piety from owned buildings. Piety from... wait, what was it? Dynasty controls Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre. Okay, so... There's something else. 4 of the Catholic Holy Orders spawned. There is a 5th one, and that is the Knights Templar. But the requirements don't seem to have been met for it, sadly. Which means that this is why I wanted to wait until 900. This exact moment. And it involves the reason why I conquered Damascus. I'm converting to Jewish. Secretly. And then I will personally adopt my faith. We're Jewish now. Due to your crimes against the true faith, we can no longer serve you. You should repent and seek guidance from the Virgin. Fools? The Knights Templar, a new Christian military order, has been founded by a small group of wealthy knights. The poor fellow soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, or the Knights Templar for short, have sworn to protect pilgrims traveling through the Holy Land. The Catholic Church fully endorses this order and will allow pious Catholic rulers to call on their aid, though they will only fight against heretics and infidels. More infidels to the slaughter. Okay, and now I want to secretly convert to Orthodox, and then personally adopt the faith. We're Orthodox again. Just like that. Yeah, I wasted like 500 piety. But, we just got all the Catholic Holy Orders to spawn. And let's re-raise the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre as well. Anybody hate me, really? Wants control of the Duchy of Damascus. Okay. I'd rather not. Mandaba, just give that to Jerusalem. Sure, you can have the County of Damascus. Now, I'm done with it. I don't need it at all anymore. Alright, we built a castle too that I forgot about. She probably wants control of it. I have great pox and am disfigured and I am a lunatic. So anyone who is attracted to men will take a huge penalty for when it comes to me. And I did convert back. I am now Orthodox again. And renewed jihad. The holy city of Jerusalem, where the prophet was taken up to heaven, has fallen to infidels. His Magnificence, Caliph Mahmud II, will not let this stand, and has declared that another era of great conquests is upon us, such as was the case in the days of the first caliphs. The Dar al-Islam must be defended. All righteous Muslim men should prepare to join the ranks of the Mujahideen for the upcoming struggles. This signals a renewed era of Islamic expansion. The Bektashi Order, a Sufi sect of dervishes, has arisen under the leadership of a certain Haji Bakhtash Wali, a mystic from Khorasan. Striving for unity of being, Bektashis trained the soul through meditation and contemplation of inner meaning of the Quran. The Bektashi Order is warlike and especially popular among Sunni Muslim soldiers. The order has sworn to protect Islam and to combat infidels and polytheists of all kinds. Mystic soldiers, Bagomalist heresy has appeared. Now I kind of want a jihad to happen. I've inherited the Kingdom of Lombardy, Duchy of Lombardy, County of Pavia, County of Lombardy from Queen Arona the Black. Alright. So now I'm going to have some more realm management to take care of. Um, he's Orthodox. This guy I want nothing to do with, honestly. Okay, let's see. And Italy. What? That's the Duchy of Tunis. It's also the Duchy of Tunis. So our mother has died. We've inherited Italy. Give it a second. The Kingdom of Italy. The ancient Lombard kingdom was established in Italy after a long history of migration originating in Northern Europe. Along the way, the Lombards themselves have changed, both influencing and becoming influenced by the regions they have settled. Now it has finally come to pass that the Lombard lands in Italy no longer have a Lombard ruler, and this effectively spells the end of the name of the Kingdom of the Lombards. We shall henceforth speak of the Kingdom of Italy, but the Lombard heritage shall live on. Hail to the Basilius. Lombardy changes name to blank. Kingdom of Italy. That's Gavelkind. Let's go ahead and change. Oh, those are retinues, but weak. They're not cataphracts. So, if we wanted to reform the the Roman Empire right now, all we need now is complete control of Tunis and Croatia, and we could, like, immediately, almost. But some things are going on that kind of make that difficult. He probably wants control of that. Not yet. We have a lot of factions right now. Why do you dislike me? Right, he's homosexual, so. Count Lutbert of Grisons used a favor to force them into factions. Risen to the forefront of Venetian politics. I've decided to take Leonide along with me today as I preach to the people about God and how they should try to live their lives according to the rule of St. Basil. Leonide, I don't know, is attentive throughout, and I am sure she has learnt some valuable lessons about God and the community of St. Basil today. Despot Manuel approaches you. My liege, I have a great idea for a monument, something to raise our cultural status and make the people notice what a great ruler you are. I would require some gold and your patience, and the work would take a year to complete. So be it, surprise me. Well, we have Italy in our control now. I'm hoping. Let me guess, you want the Kingdom of Italy? Nope. Let's try to get this kid to... You know what? I don't care if they convert to Greek yet. Maybe someday, but right now... News from China. When the first Bulgar armies clashed against the Chinese regiments, few anticipated this outcome. While the Middle Kingdom put in a valiant effort, it has ended in a sullen retreat, and it is finally clear that the Zhao Empire has lost the war against Ji Quan. Count Dangizik stands victorious, while agents across the world are wondering what repercussions this will have for the political map we have come to know. And so the dragon recoils. Alright. It looks like they've lost land, I think? Oh yeah, this guy. He's a Bulgar Zoroastrian or Manichaean. Did he get it through a revolt war or something? He was an adventurer, okay. Our realm just got, like, huge, didn't it? Meaning, probably a couple more? Nope, just one more cataphract. Still. Waiting on Piety now, pretty much. Child needs an education. He is my nephew, heir to the Duchy of Tunis, sure go with the diplomacy. The period of unrest in China has come to an end, and the surviving militant peasants have returned to till their fields. Things are returning to normal, and the Middle Kingdom seems stable. Are all of the... Okay, no. Some of the genuine patrician families are not Orthodox. What is my threat? Probably, yeah, it's 99. He probably wants the Duchy of Damascus. And he wants a seat on the council. So in 10 years, I can probably possibly change the inheritance laws of the Kingdom of Italy. But I'm debating. Do I want... He wants to kill someone. I can imprison him if I wanted to. Evidence that he's plotting something. Okay. We can't actually revoke... No. Can't revoke stuff from people who are not actually a heresy. They are heretics in our eyes, but... Oh no, just religious differences, not actual heretics. Is he part of a faction or anything? I don't know. I think I'm going to try to clean up Italy in the next episodes. I'd probably also like to declare another holy war to get some of my piety back. But I don't know where I would declare it. We're getting 6 every month. And this episode has gone on way too long.